Welcome to the Talk Before the Draft with your host, Chris Gibbons.
What's up, AV?
How
What's
you doing?
going down, man? AV McLean, we more than happy to have this guy here spending some time. Just finished out a pretty good season, man. How'd you guys do this season, man?
Man, we went 6-4. We could have done a little bit better, man, but you know how things go. Things just end up the way they end up.
Well, what's some of the key games that stick out in your mind from the season, man?
Man, personally, I feel like, you know, I had a few good games with Lamar, going against Lamar homecoming, you know, making some plays. I had a pretty good season with some punt returns. You know, Lincoln going against them and going against Bacon. A few games, you know what I'm saying. But like I probably my best performance was against my big catch I had against Lamar, man. You know, some things like that.
How long you been here at the Lou, man?
Man, I transferred in from Southwestern Oklahoma State in '08, so I've been here about 3 years, man.
3 years. In the 3 years, man, what you think you done learned and gathered from playing ball for the Mighty Lions here at Langston University?
That nothing comes easy. Probably the most important thing. You got to fight for everything that you earn, man, and just you got to keep on playing hard because nobody's gonna give you nothing easy. So you got to work hard for it. And I think that's one thing that this university gave me is the fact that I'm gonna have to fight for everything I got just to make it, you know.
This being an HBCU and historical black college, how did it feel when you transferred here? Was this one of your big choices, or did you have a list of choices when you chose to transfer?
When I transferred, I had a couple of choices I could have went to. Man, I could have went to Northwestern in Louisiana. You know, at D1 AA program. I could have went to Ottawa University in Kansas. I had a couple of little small schools I could have went to, but you know, I chose Langston. It was close. It was close by from where I used to go to school at. It was close to the crib still, about 4 hours. You know, but it was pretty cool. It was a nice little decision I made, I feel like.
Man, you're a senior, man. It's almost draft time, and trying to see if you can make that next step in your career. What are some of the choices or some of the movements you're trying to make in the offseason to make sure you're playing in the fall?
Man, eating right, lifting weights, running, you know, doing the right things I need to do to make it. You know, it's kind of hard coming from a small school. You know, nobody knows you. Nobody knows like what kind of abilities you are because we don't play the big name guys. You know, our biggest opponents this year was but Lamar University and Alcorn State. You know, that's another HBCU up there in Mississippi. But you know, just probably making or doing what I can so when the spring come around, you know, I can clock the good 40, I can do the good bench press reps, you know, things that will put me ahead of competition.
Now, I know that you've been watching some of the college players from the D1s and the wide receivers from various schools. Where do you think you rank among them when it comes draft time?
Man, knowing that they get a lot of publicity, you know, and they get a lot of airtime and things like that, you know. From that point of view, I probably would say that I'm not, you know, going to be one of the big names that get picked up earlier, you know what I'm saying? But talent-wise, I feel like I'm right there with them, you know. Just give me the ball and I'm going to make a play somehow, you know what I'm saying?
What do you have that other wide receivers don't?
Man, I got a big heart, man. Like, I don't, going across the middle don't bother me. You know, taking big hits don't bother me. You know, I can learn quickly on the fly on the run. I'm smart. I can read coverages. My hands pretty good, man. You know, they're not that big. Got a lot of whopper hands, but they ain't that big. But they pretty good though.
So when you get are you that receiver when the quarterback in that situation, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 15, and he needs a play? Are you that wide receiver he needs to go to?
Man, you know, I feel like I am. You know, honestly, I feel like I'm that first down, second down, third down, even fourth down guy to go to. You know, I feel like if you throw me the ball, I'm gonna make a play. You know, just like, you know, we talked about earlier the Lamar game. It was 3rd and I think 12, maybe 3rd and 10, something like that, and we needed a big play. We was down late in the game. I mean, hey, throw me the ball, made the catch. Big plays, big plays.
Not only are you a wide receiver, you're also a punt returner. You didn't get any touchdowns on punt returns, but you had a few returns that sparked a couple momentums when y'all was down. Big run backs, about 50, 40 yards, getting it back down into the opposing team's territory. How did that make you feel, and How do you like being a punt returner?
Man, it made me feel good to know that I contributed to the team. You know, sometimes when you're in a game and it seems like we losing, you feel to yourself like you haven't made enough plays to help the team win. But then, you know, catching those punts and returning them, giving the team that boost, you know, it was straight. And I love being a punt returner. You know, it's something that everybody can't do. You know, you gotta learn how to judge the ball, and you know, I still got a little few things I can learn and get better at. But you know, I love catching punts. I love being a return man. I love being back there, knowing that I can take it to the crib at any given time, or that I can change the game at any point during the game. You know, but it's cool.
If you was to name a game out of the 3 years that you had a chance to return a punt, well, what's one of the biggest punt returns you feel you had, and why?
I'd probably have to say, man, I can't just name out one this season, man. I would say a couple of them, but the biggest one I feel like was against Lincoln University. We was down, and we needed a spark, and, you know, even though I didn't score, you know, I took it from our side to almost to their side to about the 40, 35, you know, and it sparked a lot of momentum. You know, it boosted us. It boosted a lot of confidence and things like that, man. That's probably my most exciting return just for the fact that it gave us so much momentum during that game.
Yeah, in today's world, NFL, man, it's a lot of off-field issues. How can a team take a chance on you? How are you off the field?
Man, you know, I'm a regular person, man. Everybody makes their mistakes, but I choose not to overly do my mistakes. You know, I choose my friends wisely. I always go, you know, do things that I know that I've been taught to do correctly. You know, and like, you know, I like to go out, like to have fun, chill with friends. You know, like, but you know, it comes to a point where you gotta learn that hey, you don't need to be here, or you don't need to do this or that. And I think that I'm mature enough to know that I'm not that.
Are you that guy that can take over a locker room and make sure everybody's on the same page, where there's not a locker room divider? Are you that person that everybody respects and can look up to for leadership and to lead not only just your receiving corps, but the offense and defense as a whole?
You know, I'm more of the type of leaders that I let you see what I do. You know, I'm not the big talker type guy. I don't get in everybody's faces, tell them to do this or that because, you know, you don't know what's going through their head at the time. You know, I'm one of them guys that I'm gonna do right all the time to where you see it and be like, oh, well, if he can do it, I can do it. You know, and you know, I don't know if you would ask any of my teammates or whatever if they see me as a leader or whatnot, but I feel like I'm one of those guys that if you follow behind me, you're gonna be in the right place.
Okay, okay. Now, you had always been a receiver. You made a transition from corner. How was that transition from corner to wide receiver?
You know, it was funny because I made a couple of transitions through my lifetime, man. I've played receiver, running back, corner, and like you said, I've been playing corner most of my career, and through high school and college. And you know, it wasn't that hard as most people would think. You know, it actually helped me because of the fact that I know coverages at playing corner. So playing receiver, I would see something and I knew what they was in, and I could beat it. You know, some people may call it cheating, but I mean, I'm just using the tools that you know, was blessed with. But I think that moving to corner and receiver was a pretty good move. Don't get it wrong though. I can still backpedal with the best of them. Play corner, I can still cover people. You know, but playing receiver is something that I love doing, and I feel that I can excel at the next level.
So what are your plans for the upcoming seasons in both NFL, overseas, and maybe even arena football? What are some of your choices? What do you plan to do in 2011?
Probably, you know, just make my name bigger. You know, make a name for myself. A lot of people don't know who Avdale McLam is. You know, people at Langston here do. You know, they know who the playmaker is. They know Avdale, but they don't. A lot of people outside of Langston University don't know. You know, I go around, walking around with my university stuff on, and it's like, you know, how are you doing? How's the team? Who are you? What's your name? You know, I want to be that guy that walks down the street and they're like, oh, that's him. You know, I want to be the next best big thing. You know, I look up to a lot of guys and I see them and it's like, well, they walk down the street, everybody know them. You know, Chad Ochocinco, T.O., you know, Percy Harvin nowadays, Randy Moss, you know, them big name guys, you know, I feel like I could be one of them big name guys in the near future.
So what are some of the things are you doing physically to make sure that you get to that big play guy, one of the greatest players to ever play the game, to be known when you walk down the street? What are some of the necessary steps are you taking to become the ultimate receiver?
Mainly just working out, running, getting. You can never be too fast, especially going to the next level. Everybody's fast, so the faster you are, the better your chances of making any squad, regardless. You know, I'm trying to be strong. You know, I've seen T.O. how he bounces off defenders when he catches the ball, and he goes to extra. He gets extra 5-10 yards. You know, it's kind of like you know, the stronger I can get, the easier playing receiver would be. You know, working on my hands, working on stuff that would help me become a better receiver.
Okay. Now here's the good part. If you had to choose an NFL team, what team you want to play for?
Man, I would probably play, if I could choose any team, man, it'd be Dallas, man. I know everybody talking about why Dallas right now because they struggling a little bit, but, man, I've been a Cowboy fan since I was able to know what the Dallas Cowboys was, man. It's a pretty good feeling. You know, it seems like everybody wants to have a star in him. Everybody wants to be a star, man. On the back of my back flap this season I had, be a star, man. That's all I've been trying to be, is a star, and having a star on my helmet for my NFL career would be the best feeling in the world.
Okay. Well, what are some of the things you want to let the scouts know that may be tuning in, and some of the coaches know about you that don't really know too much about you? Well, this is a time for you to be able to tell them and sell yourself right now.
I'd probably say that I'm probably gonna be one of your hardest working athletes on the team. You know, you tell me something, I'm gonna do it. If I don't understand it, I'm gonna ask until I get it right. You know, I'm gonna study the playbook, I'm gonna study the coverages, I'm gonna study what I gotta study to make the plays that I need to make. You know, I'm gonna do everything that I need to make this team, whichever team it may be, the best team ever. You know, I'm a good guy on and off the field. You know, I could be your best friend, everything. But hey, I'm gonna do what I can to make that team and make that team the best.
Thank you for coming on to the show. Talk before the draft, and I wish you the best of luck in your football career.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Hey, want to holler out to everybody at the Loop and family back at the crib in Arlington and North Carolina. Hey, mama, I love you, baby boy. Hey, Master Splinter, number 4. Holla. All I seen was the struggle. It's like I'm trapped in the